Welcome back to this learning tutorial. Now you've just created the database tables. Now what happens in Microsoft Access, tables are used for storing the information that you enter into your system, and queries are used to search. For example, you put in some information and you want to search for it. So within a database system we have so many components. So the queries are used to search for the information. And I'll show you an example here. We have information in our table, and what we need to do, we need to create a query that needs to search for all the students whose base subject is maths. And this is what I'm now going to be showing you. But before we begin, there is only one thing you really need to know. Once you've followed the notes, you will have to come up with this screen. This is the only thing you need to know to be able to understand how queries work. This design view screen, you see this line criteria is you put anything you are looking for under the field name that you've been asked. For example, if I'm looking for base subject called maths, I'll go to the criteria line here and type in maths. When I click on this exclamation mark here, the run, you'll find your information. Look, all the students who have base subject maths. So in your scenario here, you go to base subject, you type in maths. If they say we are looking for a year group called year 9, so you come in the criteria section and year group, you type in 9. If I'm looking for a student called John, you come in the criteria line of for name and put in John. Then you click on this run button and you get your results. Similar to this, if you're looking for students who have a mentor called Mr. Brown, you come to the mentor section under the criteria line, type in Mr. Brown, and when you run it, you find Mr. Brown's information. But if you do a mistake and write in Brown as double N, of course you won't get it. Now, there's only one extra trick sometimes they can give you. They can say we need to see students in year 7 or year 8. So what happens, you go here, criteria all, you put in the extra information. And the third one, which is actually more complicated for many students, is something like this. Find a query of all the students who are not mentored by Mr. Brown. So what happens is, all you need to do is type in, go to the mentor, rather than type in Mr. Brown, say not Mr. Brown, and then you find it. So please, can you follow the tutorial step by step and then see how we can create queries? Hopefully, if you are struggling, ask your teacher to help you. But this is the only thing you need to do with queries. Look for the criteria section, and in the field that you are using, type in what they need and run it. You get your results. Good luck. Now hopefully you've got information in your table like this. Now I'll quickly show you how to create a query to search for some information. Now look, we have lots of students here. If I wanted to find the students whose base subject is maths, yes, this is very easy. I can count them. Now if they were over 1,000, that's very difficult. So I'm going to use something called queries to create a search, and we see if we can get it. So you will follow the notes like they've said. But briefly, I've gone here, create, and we are going to be using a wizard. Now I click OK. Now I need to use all these fields. You can take one by one, but to me I prefer to click on the double arrow so that I take all the fields at once. So next, give it a sensible name. I'm going to call this math query. You could call it the name they've told you in the tutorial. Now once it comes up like this, I need to go to home, and now I need the design view. Design view is where you do everything. So I went to home, design view, and this is now the screen I was talking about. In the criteria line of base subject, we're going to type in maths. So I'll look criteria line of base subject, I'm typing in math, then I'll go to this button run, and here we are, all the students who have base subjects. Now I'll go back and try it again, and I'll look for another subject. If I remove maths and I'll run, look, we see every subject. So this time I like English. Design view, so base subject English, run it, and here we are. Now what about if I do another example for you? So I'll remove all this I'm going to look for all the students in a year group code 7. With that, I'll go to criteria line of year 7. I'll put in that, and here we are. Now what about if I need students in year 7 who have Mr. Brown? So what I will do, I'll go to add something extra. In under criteria line of mentor, I need Mr. Brown. The reason it hasn't given me anything because there's no one called Brown. What we have, we called somebody Mr. Brown. So this is where you will actually find access is very strict. Mr. Brown, let us try, and here we are. So you type in something wrong, it won't give it to you. Now if I wanted to actually do something extra special for you, I'll remove this and say I want students in year 7 or year 9. So I'll go to all year 9, and this is where we are. Now what about if I say I don't want students not in year 9? So what I'll remove this, not 9. Have a look. So they've got all these students apart from year 9. So I can do the same. I want all the students not mentored by Mr. Green. So I'll go to the criteria line of mentor and say not Mr. Green, and have a look. So everybody has been gone apart from Mr. Green. So please, with queries, this is literally what happens. So I'll save this one. And all remember I went to home, create, and query wizard. I took everything I wanted. Next I gave it a name. I'm not going to give this one a name. And in my home section, design view, I started putting in the details they wanted me in the criteria line. So please, good luck and try it. You need to now pause, go and follow the notes to start creating the queries. Of course here the word queries were not well spelled properly. So can you now pause and you go and start creating your queries? Good luck.